So, today we're going to get one of the best episodes in all of Star Trek, Spock's Brain. So that'll be good. People rag on Spock's Brain. I like Spock's Brain. But to be fair, I also really like Mark Twain and the Ghost Candle. That's just sort of.
I mean, Mark Twain episode is fine. The Ghost Candle episode is silly fun.
It's amazing. It's perfect. No notes. Didn't light that candle? Come on, it doesn't get better than that. But today's episode's Assignment Earth, which is they travel back in time, and there's already a time traveler there. And he's like trying to he's a traveler. This is just the traveler again, but early.
Well, it's been retconned as the traveler, but yes.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, that's canon now. Yeah, no, I forgot they actually retconned that. Oh, yeah. Anyway, after that is Spock's Brain, which is excellent. And then the Enterprise incident, which I know Kirk goes undercover as a Romulan. I think he seduces a Romulan, because of course he does.
Yeah, he does. Well, she is as much playing him as he's playing her.
Gyrinx, are you like in an airport? What's going on, my dude?
Oh, sorry, I have my microphone settings wrong. Hold on a second.
Okay. Now, importantly, Mr. Twain, what is your favorite episode that we're going to be watching today? Assignment Earth, Spock's Brain, or the Enterprise incident? This is very important to me. I changed his parameters. Hopefully he talks about rivers.
Amongst the choices presented, the Enterprise incident entices my literary senses the most. Intrigues, espionage, and the enigma of Romulan affairs. Quite a captivating narrative, wouldn't you say?
I would say Mark Twain. Yes, thank you for your input.
Delightful.
One word response.
No, he has more, but it takes him a minute to generate.
Let the chronicles unfold, and may our temporal journey be as captivating as the written words of yore.
He generates per sentence, so sometimes it'll be a little disjointed.
Right.
Yeah. I looked at the other default voices. I'm not super happy with them. I do have... Soma, did you play Warcraft 3?
No.
Oh. Well, fine. Well, for those of you who did play Warcraft 3, I now have the voice of Arthas. You can have Arthas hang out. He's pretty cool. In fact, I can just change him over right now. Mark Twain, who's not actually Mark Twain anymore, but that's fine. Please recite Ode to Spot. I don't know if he's actually going to get it.
Phalus catus is your taxonomic nomenclature an endothermic quadruped, carnivorous by nature. Your visual, olfactory, and auditory senses contribute to your hunting skills and natural defenses.
Now, Arthas is a very angry person. Mark Twain's much more chill. We're getting surprisingly close to the end of TOS, but that's just sort of because TOS is really, really short. It's a 3-season show.
Yeah.
Got canceled real fast.
I don't cancel at the end of the second season.
I think... Are we getting... Well, we're getting to season 2 of Prodigy. Are we getting to season 3? I think Netflix picked it up. I'm just wondering if this is going to remain the shortest show.
It's certainly probable we're going to get a season 3. I don't think they've announced anything yet, not sure.
Alright, everybody get ready to press play on Assignment Earth in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. The light speed break. Look, this is before the writers came up with chronotons. They needed some way to get the Enterprise back in time, and in this era of the show, going back in time just means you go real fast, and that works.
Yeah.
It's just a casual everyday thing. Don't worry about it.
I really like the way the Orville does the going back in time thing, because they use the scientific mumbo jumbo to get you back in time, but then
Do they
they
use
use
chronotons?
actual science to get you back forward in time.
Well, just beam it off again, Spock. Come on, it's already in the transporter room.
Get security down there as well, maybe?
Nah, just the captain. It's the Romulans. It's always the Romulans. They are without honor.
Hopefully my mic situation is better now. Or at least the noise situation
I
is.
don't hear anything as yet.
Okay, good.
Very, very slowly.
Yeah, no, those you can see it.
That's awfully dramatic
Kitty.
music for a necktie and a cat.
Wait, is that the same
It's
cat
a
that
man
was a
holding a black
wizard?
cat. It's the universal symbol for evil man.
He's
Pretty
not
much.
evil. He's a nice guy.
Good kitty.
Mark Twain, is Gary 7 evil?
They've also had a black cat in another episode of
Ah, a
the series
twist
that we
in the
watched earlier.
temporal tapestry.
A twist in the temporal tapestry.
Gary Seven's intentions may be shrouded in mystery, but whether he's deemed evil or a guardian of Earth's fate remains an enigma.
It's not an enigma,
the plot
Mark.
thickens, much like the ink in the quill.
No, Mark, he's very clearly the good guy by the end of the episode. We know this. We've seen the episode before.
Yes, he was supposed to be the protagonist of a new show which never got started. The slightly annoying thing about the Enterprise is you never actually have an episode of it orbiting a planet. You never really see it orbit a planet because it doesn't occur in those stories.
The Enterprise E?
Yeah, there's
Just never
a couple
bother
of
going to
shots of
orbit
it.
in any of the movies.
Well, there's very, very few shots of any of it. None like the other ships where there's every episode or most episodes have a shot of it orbiting the planet.
United Spaceship? Calls it
Ooh.
a spaceship?
Yeah,
It actually spells out what USS stands for. Huh.
Yeah.
It's a United Starship, yeah. But it's explicitly a starship, not a spaceship, in one of the previous episodes we watched last time.
Dramatic zoom.
This is the Gary Mitchell episode. So this was a real show in the 1960s that had this is a
No,
crossover.
they just made it up. This was never produced. This was actually made by AI.
No, okay,
This
so it
is
was a
this is a backdoor pilot for a new show, which never
Okay.
started.
I didn't know this, but in the 80s there was a spy show called Mission Impossible, and that's what the Tom Cruise set of movies was based on.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. You didn't know it was a show first?
No, I just know it from the lame Tom Cruise movies.
Yeah, some of them are good.
Impossible
Yeah,
to hide
the-
a whole planet. Tell that to
The Gar-
TNG, Mr. Scott. We get like 4 of them.
The Gary Mitchell plot is kind of like that. Like you have this intergalactic spy.
I don't remember what Gary's presumably protecting against. Wait, no. Wait, I remember. All I had to do was say I don't remember. There's like a bomb on a space shuttle or something.
Oh wow, it's like a
How
Star
does
Trek.
that? I
hard
don't know
bomb.
how that destroys the Earth, but
Mm. Maybe it changes the course of history.
you could at least check if he's human. That shouldn't be
Did
too
you
hard.
watch the original series on TV, Ryan, or first in your
God,
life,
no.
or did you?
How old do you think
No?
I am?
Okay. Well, we had reruns.
This show came out decades
I-
before I was born.
I saw reruns. I think possibly before Next Generation aired.
Oh
Actually.
wow, that's really cool. I saw it after Next Generation aired, but
I only
Isn't
ever
that-
saw the TNG movies on TV. I never even saw the episodes come up.
no way.
It
It was
TNG
like-
I definitely watched when it aired. When it first aired. Yeah,
It's like
that was my childhood right there.
I'm 37, so I never really grew
Ooh,
up watching
Saudi
the evening
Arabia. Nice.
newscast.
I mean, Spock will suspect that he's not human because he did the nerve pinch and nothing happened.
True. And the cat is fishy.
No, it's a cat.
It has a diamond collar or something.
Spock like the kitty. Yeah.
Mark Twain,
Cats are good to-
using Ode
good like
to
that.
Spot as a basis, please create an Ode to Isis, the cat. Specifically the cat, please, not the terrorist
Mark
organization.
Twain using ODE to Spot as a basis. Please
But don't-
create an ODE to ISIS the cat.
Why are you speaking my lines back to me? That's not even his response. ChatGPT gave me an actual response. Please
Felis
repeat
catus
your
is
last
their
response.
taxonomic nomenclature. Carnivorous by nature.
In circuits dance with silicon grace, a cybernetic feline, a charming face.
Very good, very good.
Hey, Isis, dear companion, in circuits she roams, in data's embrace, where binary becomes home.
I mean, he tried. He's wrong in many different ways, but he tried.
Yeah.
The cat's not
was-
an android, right?
I don't think so.
Pretty sure it's just a... Wait, is it a cat? He talks to it. Is it like a
Fortunately, we have
shapeshifter? What is
not
this?
actually launched these in real life. Orbital nuclear.
So we
platforms.
have carefully avoided weaponizing space up until now, but the
Yeah.
U.S. Air Force just announced that they're sending a military satellite into space that's going to
Oh.
have defensive capabilities, meaning offensive capabilities.
Didn't China launch something
Joy.
military?
I think they crashed a
last year,
satellite into
year
another
before?
satellite. They purposely crash satellites, but there's no
Ooh, that's a nice
specific
lightning effect.
there's no laser in space that's designed to shoot other satellites at this point. We
Lasers
kind
can't
of
even penetrate their navigation shields.
we've agreed not to weaponize space for the moment. Although China wants to build a base on the moon.
Did he not search and remove his tech?
Nah. Also, is that a sonic screwdriver? Is this
Cue
Doctor
the-
Who?
Cue the Mission Impossible music.
That is pretty
No, it's
much.
from Control a Person, so it's not Sonic Screwdriver.
This is Act for Doctor Who premiered, right?
Yeah.
I was confused this episode with the title of the Air Force guy.
I have no idea what that episode is called. Wait, I know who does
Yeah,
know.
1963.
Mark Twain,
Tomorrow's
what's the
Yesterday.
name of the episode where there's like a United States Air Force guy who gets beamed aboard the Enterprise?
Yeah, there's an episode like that. Is that not the Gary
episode
7
you
episode?
seek is Tomorrow is Yesterday.
Thanks.
Tomorrow is yesterday.
So how did we
Hey,
get
I
to
have
20th Century Earth? Do we use the
Say,
slingshot again?
Slingshot around the sun,
a
Again?
united
always.
Okay.
Kitty.
That cat is not.
The cat's up to something. Shoot it.
The cat already knows exactly how to get where it needs to go as well. And he knows how to work the controls, which is interesting.
Why don't more spies have fluffy kitty cats in their arms?
I don't think we ever established in this episode if the cat is actually just a cat.
We do. It turns into a person later on in the
Oh,
episode.
okay.
Wow, that's a shot of old New York before they built 90% of the skyscrapers we see today.
It's very brown.
Huh.
I,
So I have a question, Ryan. Can you
this
give the AI Michelle Barrett's computer voice?
Probably.
this vault is kind of what Varys Laris uses in Star Trek Picard season 3. Or was it season 2? When they go back to her home.
Yeah, too.
And the captain
Pretty
of
sure
the
those glasses are
Lacerna-
also glued to the shelves.
the captain of the La Serena agrees to like stay in the 20th century or 21st century.
Is it just me, or does this guy look a little Cro-Magnon?
He does.
The brow ridges, mostly.
He does. It would have been a good show though. I would have watched it. I guess
Why
this
would
is
you
what
design it
the
like this?
this is what the
How
watchers.
does it even
of
fit? Isn't
Star
he in
Trek-
like a hotel or an apartment? What's going on? Where did he put
I think he owns the apartment. Yeah, he's a supervisor, just like the Star Trek Picard plot.
No, but I'm wondering, like,
this-
physically, how does this fit in the space? Is there like a bedroom in there that he repurposed into this giant computer?
Yeah.
No, it needs security protocols. You can't just have random people coming in and saying, "Hey, I order you to answer me." Gary, come on.
There was
I like how the password is just exposition.
That is a clever idea. Oh yeah. If you are who you say you are, explain the plot for the people at home.
I mean, at least he has the ability to say, "Don't answer that." If it was a modern computer, it would immediately continue to answering the question.
I cannot get
Yeah.
Mark Twain to shut up by telling him to shut up.
right. Like when I came up with the answer of tomorrow's yesterday, we couldn't stop him.
Proper costumes. Did that happen? Did someone put a nuke in orbit?
No, we haven't. Yeah.
Okay, this is the future from the past. So they're not just trying to blow up a space shuttle. They're trying to blow up a nuclear-armed shuttle.
Yeah.
Exactly 31 minutes before climax of episode. Is it weird to pet your coworker if they're a cat?
Well, do they consent
Depends
to it? It
on-
seems like they consented to it by hopping in his lap.
Well, like, this feels like an inappropriate
It's an
workplace
implied
relationship.
consent. You want to talk about inappropriate workplace relationships? What about Picard and the Romulan woman?
Or Picard and any woman.
She was literally his house servant.
He took
That's
her in
weird.
as a Romulan refugee.
Yeah. I mean, you probably shouldn't hook up with your refugees.
But what if she wanted to because of the
That doesn't make
implication
it
for her
better, ear review.
homeworld?
That makes it much worse. Makes it much, much worse.
None of them have photo ID.
Imagine,
I noticed.
imagine
Photos didn't
if
exist in
you
the
took
90s
in,
or whatever year this is supposed to be.
imagine if you had taken in a Syrian refugee and then she started doing housework for you, and then you started having some type of romantic relationship with her while she's trapped in your home.
Come on, man. She just works here. Leave her alone. Wait, is this not even his apartment? Did you just break into
No.
someone's house?
This is the agent's apartment. He's beamed into their technology, using their technology and stuff because he's needing to make sure the mission is completed.
Earth days, yes.
First, the Earth cooled.
Only 3 days ago? Jesus.
Yeah.
I like how this is how the 60s predicted the future. A
It is
typewriter,
kind of
an
adorable.
automatic typewriter. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wait till your little woman sees the fancy futuristic cleaning machines we have. Robotic vacuum
Swiffer.
cleaners. She has so much more time to knit and to cook now that she doesn't have to worry about vacuuming.
I mean, God, the 60s. What is the point of that era?
Putting men on the moon.
Specifically men, though.
Yeah.
Specifically men.
God, Gary, what kind of supervisor are you? You don't even know that your agents are subcontracting?
Behind.
She has a funny name too.
Lincoln?
Roberta Lincoln.
He probably knew the nature of their mission, and that was about it. Which is why the computer said incomplete, because he's not got full details of it. He just knows it needs to be done, and didn't. I either didn't stop to check the details of the reports, or it's not been sent through to them for some reason.
Mr. Twain, given that Gary 7 had no idea about Roberta Lincoln, is he a terrible supervisor?
The complexities of temporal supervision.
Okay, but is it
Gary
just complex or?
Seven's unawareness of Roberta Lincoln's existence does raise questions about his efficacy as a supervisor. The temporal tapestry, it seems, is woven with unforeseen threads.
Much like the currents of the mighty Mississippi.
No, he stopped. He
I'm
stopped
getting
doing
that Chat GPT is very good at BS answers.
Yard dogs.
Like, Junkyard would have a dog to protect the scrap metal.
Ah, yes. The official hat of hiding your pointy ears.
Which again doesn't seem necessary to me, but
Aren't they in
People
New
would just be
York?
like,
Who
hey,
would
that
care?
dude's got weird ears and go on with their lives. Is what you're saying?
I'm saying that
And
my
weird
ears are nearly as
eyebrows.
pointy as that, and it's a natural human thing which can occur. It's not a
Pointy
big deal.
ears.
Yeah.
I mean, people would point it out and be like, wow,
They'd
that
point
guy's
it
got
out,
weird
sure,
ears.
but you just
But
say
it
that
wouldn't,
that's
but it's
my
true.
ears.
It would be a little much to think that people would say you must be from another planet.
Oh god,
Yeah.
now I'm remembering how
Skin color,
Kirk
yes.
explained it to the biologist lady. Oh, that was bad.
Joe,
He got stuck in a rice harvesting machine. Got his head stuck in a rice harvesting machine when he was a kid. He was a kid.
It somehow
His ears
managed
got
to pull
stretched.
on both of his ears the same way. Yeah.
Nope.
So the agents have just turned up dead.
Well
Bit of a
done,
coincidence for them being
Romulans.
found
Make
now,
it
but-
look like an accident.
So we got a whole season of Star Trek Picard season 2 out of this plot.
Well, they didn't make it
No,
out of
we
this
got a
plot, they
whole-
just combined it into
We got
it.
we got a whole season 2 of Picard that was just to eliminate the characters they wanted to get rid of to fulfill their contracts, and then reboot with season 3.
I do feel kind of bad
As
for the
TNG
people
season
who
8.
were actually supposed to be the stars of Star Trek Picard.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just got rid of Soji and she was the main character. It's like, what the heck? Come on.
Yeah.
Elnor.
Yeah, well, she could have helped that by not being a horrible actor.
She was perfectly fine. What are you talking about?
I love. She does the data
Have you-
twitch at 1 second.
I've-
Like she twitches her head like.
I've
the way
had cardboard cutouts that are better at acting than her.
I thought she was perfect for the role.
She was perfectly fine at acting.
Plus, I
Perfectly
liked her
adequate.
as
I
Data.
mean, that's describes a lot of season 1 of Picard.
She. By the way,
Perfectly
she and
adequate.
Ruffy were brought back for season 3. They were just different characters.
Ah, there's that smoke effect they brought back for season 2 of Picard as well.
She had to be on the show because her contract like you don't understand. So she had a contract, so they wanted to get rid of the character and they wanted to write them out completely, but they had
Yeah,
to
but what I'm-
involve them in season 2 just to fulfill their contract. That's why she played a completely different character that also got written out.
Yeah, but it sucks that they did that to the main crew is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's what
Have
you
you-
get for
guys-
letting Patrick Stewart call the shots.
Have you guys ever seen a
That's just a still image.
space shuttle launch? Well,
They literally just
That's
taken
clearly a still image.
piece of
Yes,
photo.
those clouds are not moving anywhere.
But not just that, it's dropped the artifact in off of an image taken from the
Yes.
time.
Mhm.
I have seen a space shuttle launch.
cool by Cape.
Oh, nice.
Cape Kennedy or Houston.
They don't launch to Houston. They land at Houston.
So Cape Kennedy.
Why are they wearing TNG dress uniforms? Is that what cops wore?
They're like no good at kidnapping and extortion stuff.
Oh, now we're doing the. Okay, are we gonna have to wipe their memories now?
This is not allowed.
You didn't see anything.
I mean, what are they going to tell people?
Yeah.
He's like that FBI agent from Star Trek Picard season 2. He's like, I know I saw something. Can you help me understand?
What did the guy play previously in
He
Star
was the
Trek?
time cop from Voyager.
Oh, that was Braxton?
No, the
he
the
was
guy
the
that was
guy
under
that
Braxton that arrested
the
Braxton. Hang
lesser.
on, I know who knows. Mark Twain, what's the name of the time cop from Star Trek Voyager that arrests Captain Braxton?
Thanks.
We'll get back to you in a minute.
The time cop who apprehends Captain Braxton in Star Trek Voyager is named Temporal Agent Daniels, a character entangled in the intricate web of time's enforcement.
Anderson love it.
Isn't the
Hammering that
guy
point.
isn't the time agent in Enterprise also named Daniels?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm actually just looking it up to make sure I didn't get confused. I think it might have gotten them
Yeah.
mixed up.
Yeah, I totally got confused. Not Star Trek Enterprise. Star
But
Trek
Daniels
Voyager.
isn't a time cop. He's just, I don't know what he is.
Daniels is a 29th century
A temporal
Bodysuit
Cold War
guy.
agent.
bodysuit guy.
Bodysuit.
That's all I know him for.
Lieutenant Duquesne.
Thank you.
Is his name Daniels?
So they make him FBI agent in Picard season 3? 2?
Yeah, Lieutenant Duquesne from Voyager is the same actor, but it's not the same character.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Even though it clearly
But-
should have been the same character.
It clearly should have been the same character, but here too we have two cops who are like, I swear I
It's
saw
the same character, you have to pay royalties.
For some
I
reason,
thought that
when
was really well
when I read the message "Sergeant with the Stripes," my head just went "Boots with the fur," and I don't think that's the same thing. Is that an ultrasound? What am I looking at? Oh
like
no,
the
they just did a Gaussian blur. Okay.
It's a parachute of a balloon, actually, like the weather satellite. They're just glorified balloons. That's not a still image, guys.
But these ones are some decent shots, actually, that they've taken from
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's what I'm saying. That's
It's
pretty-
also half
an-
the screen size, which helps.
right. It's also NASA real footage, so
Yeah.
it was provided courtesy of the U.S. government.
Don't you have scanners?
I think they do that in Enterprise. They like look inside the visual of the spaceship.
Wow, there's a lot of historical footage. Did they save a bunch of money on this? Because the government didn't charge them for this, right? Because this is basically just
Propaganda.
yeah, it's basically free advertising for the U.S. government.
Yeah, but then this is all they had to take this footage, so they had to find some kind of antenna tower in LA.
Hijacking? Why would you say hijack? Oh, there it is. It's so obvious.
Yeah.
In the 60s, films, TV was transmitted over airwaves. There would have been some artifacts on the footage.
And then we're talking
Using
about
a still image
the
in a
one still image
video,
they didn't use.
it's like if you need to have silence over like an interview when you're cutting bits out, you have to take the silence of the room and input that silence.
Mhm.
You can't just have no audio. It doesn't work.
Right.
You have to have the right artifacting to match the video.
Or there's the Ken Burns effect, where you just zoom in on the still shot, and if it's only a few seconds, your audience probably wouldn't even notice. Pan and scan.
It is a procedure to keep it locked to the top so people can't get to it.
Oh, is that why they do it?
Presumably.
Hmm.
It's also less likely to be damaged when it's at the top.
Right. Also, all the fuel's at the bottom because that's where the heavy part is.
Yeah. There's lots of reasons why it's less likely to be damaged when it's at the top.
You know, like the booster rockets have to come off. You can't put the crew members there. It's so brilliant how the shuttle was designed, even though it's a use and throw model, which didn't help us in the long
What?
run. Well, the boosters that you shoot off, like you use this much fuel
The
to get into
boosters
space.
with the fur.
So the boosters, I believe they were intended to be reusable, and I think that some of them were, but it turned out to just be cheaper to build new ones.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant. Like you don't need all that.
This rocket
extra-
doesn't appear to have external boosters. It probably has staging on it.
This, yeah.
No, I meant space
This
boosters.
is.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the shuttle because you said shuttle. This is a capsule.
Okay.
The shuttle, the space shuttle, isn't just the orbiter; it's the whole system. It's
Right.
the
Boosters.
space shuttle orbiter and the fuel tank and the solid rocket boosters. And the main thrust comes from the main engines on the orbiter that's fueled by the external fuel tank.
I think
Are
at
you
this point,
aware?
Miss Lincoln should probably call like the FBI or something.
Possibly.
Are you aware of what caused the Challenger disaster?
Which one?
Romulan
Which
interference.
one? There's only one Challenger disaster.
Yeah, Challenger disaster. But there's also another shuttle disaster.
2000.
That
where
was
it was
Columbia.
the,
That was Columbia. But the Challenger disaster, the solid rocket booster. So the solid rocket boosters were assembled in segments, and between the segments, there is an O-ring that seals the segments, and essentially, it's always O-rings. O-ring failed because of the temperature, and basically, as a solid rocket booster was burning, a hot jet of gas was coming out the side, hitting the side of the fuel tank, and then it ruptured the fuel tank, and the vehicle was lost.
And that
which
was
is a
on live
euphemism for it exploded and they burned to death inside as it fell back to Earth. Say again?
on live television, no less.
Yeah, on live on live television. Not only on live television, but on live television being broadcast to schoolrooms across the United States because there was a school teacher on the shuttle, and she was going to be an astronaut. So all these classrooms were showing this space shuttle launch. They all got to watch this horrible thing. It's almost like 9/11 because when I was in school, it was picture day. I went and got a picture taken, and I got back. The TV was on, and the
Okay,
first
I'm gonna
tower
have to
had
start
been hit.
implementing the 15-second historical context rule.
Okay, that's fine. But anyway, since we were watching, and the first one got hit, and then we watched the second one live, it was like surreal.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was working
Star
at
Trek.
Fox. I was working at Fox News when the Columbia space shuttle exploded,
Why are
and
you watching Fox? Alright.
no, I was interning.
You were
I had an internship there.
working at Fox News when the Columbia. How old are you?
I'm 37.
You just said it, yeah.
Ah,
You were an intern
37, the
at
same
like
age as Dennis the Peasant from Monty Python.
You're an intern there at like 14 years old?
18.
When was the Columbia disaster?
05.
Mark Twain, what year did the
That
space
checks
shuttle
out.
Columbia explode?
Pretty sure it was like
I trust Mark.
2002,
He'll know.
2003.
Mark?
The
2003.
tragic event of the Space Shuttle Columbia's explosion occurred in the
February
year
1st.
2003. A somber moment in the chronicles of space exploration.
I'm just glad he didn't say it was woven into the thread of something or
The
another.
tapestry of American history. Yes. Oh, oh, good. He's remembered to bring the cat. Very important.
Good kitty.
What are you doing, Lincoln? Don't mess with the buttons. You don't know what they do.
That is the worst thing you could do.
Push all
I
the
think she's
buttons.
pulled him to the office it was in. Yeah.
Wow, very convenient.
What were you doing touching buttons?
Stop pushing my buttons.
I
So at the end of this episode, he marries her.
mean, it's a terrible design for a spy office if, your controls are that easy to access by accident. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, smash cut.
So it was kind of like a thing that Gene Roddenberry didn't really like Patrick Stewart's casting, right? Why did he keep trying to ship him with his wife? Was he like trolling him or something? I don't get it.
He did come round to liking Patrick Stewart.
Did he?
Fairly sure he did.
did?
How do you know? How do you know?
I think that's he like he wasn't initially up on it, but then agreed with it afterwards after seeing Patrick Stewart act in Star Trek.
Eh.
The show really
what I
missed an
remember
opportunity. During this countdown, when they hit 7, they should have cut to Gary.
there.
Would have been perfect.
A missed opportunity, Ryan. A missed opportunity.
So much fuel was burnt. But all of the fuel is burnt in getting us into space. So we don't need it once we're up there.
Usually half of the
Well,
runtime of this episode is just...
mentioned in TNG a lot, such as the episode Future Imperfect with Riker imaginary son when he's in sick bay. I know they say it's not for young children.
Somebody is talking to us from beyond the stars.
There's
Half
someone's
of this
watching another-
episode is historical footage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to have
I
just
mean-
run out of money.
But it's really amazing. It was an amazing thing in the 60s, and it's an amazing thing now to think about. Like for example, the satellite that went to Pluto, New Horizons. It has
That's not
the
even historical
precision.
footage at this point.
So I got a
Right.
question. Anybody here watch Red Letter Media?
No.
No.
Yes.
So they have a phrase on Red Letter Media called shooting the rodeo, and basically there was some low budget movie that they were filming, and there happened to be a rodeo in town, so they just like filmed the rodeo and like worked it into the script to pad the runtime of the movie because it was cheap. Like, here's something cool we can put on film and it's not going to cost us anything. And I feel the same way about them using the footage of the rocket in this, because it's like
That sounds about right. Yeah.
they're like, hey, we have this footage of a rocket launch. Can we work it into a script to use it so we don't have to pay for special effects? So they're shooting the rodeo.
Good kitty.
He's going to
The
destroy
gun
the rocket.
malfunction. Why?
I guess because this is like a weapon rocket, and he's
Yeah.
trying to stop it from like escalating.
So, do you know who Werner von Braun is?
Look, we don't have to talk about the
Yeah,
Nazis
he
every
was
stream.
the Nazi.
So, yeah, he was one of the Nazi scientists that we brought
We
over in
get 10
Operation
seconds
Paperclip.
to talk about the Nazi.
He was launching a military missile as a test. It was an ICBM, and he discovered that it was going to actually reach escape velocity, and it was going to be
10,
the first
he's over.
man-made
It's done.
satellite. Damn, I didn't get to the point.
Well,
V2.
you should have gotten to the point faster. I don't know what
It
to tell
wasn't
you.
a V2. I had a cough in there. I'm sick, man. Come on, give me a break.
I appreciate that Roberta at least did try to call the cops. It didn't work, but she tried. Now she should bludgeon
The
it. Yes,
cops
bludgeon
wouldn't.
him.
The cops wouldn't do anything anyways. The cops don't
But she
prevent
could
things from happening.
try. She at least
The-
tried.
I mean, the cops in this case might be trying to prevent damage to a rich person's property. So they might actually do something now in this case.
Hey, the person who joined and then we couldn't hear them and then they left. I don't know if you're having technical difficulties, but I hope you didn't feel like we were ignoring you or running you off.
No idea what they said.
It was like they were a mile away from their microphone. They were talking about the episode.
Oh,
That I could
would be
tell.
nice to have some of that. That's our loss.
Quickly,
Trek
Mark Twain, talk
discussion
about
in
the
a
episode.
Star
Just say
Trek stream?
something about it. I don't care what.
Nice hats.
No, he's talking about tapestries again. God, Mark.
Ah, the episode in question. A narrative tapestry woven with temporal intricacies. An enthralling
Stop it.
journey through the cosmos, where the threads of time intertwine with the fate of the Enterprise.
Wow.
Okay, Mark, good. Wait, he can't hear me.
At least it's not the Mississippi.
Okay, Mark, I want you to tell me about the episode again, but do not make any references to tapestries or weaving or rivers.
Certainly my discerning companion.
He's thinking about it. He needs time to process.
The
Without
episode in
tapestries.
question unfolds as a riveting exploration into the complexities of temporal anomalies. The Enterprise, a vessel
Okay.
navigating the currents of time,
No, Mark.
encounters challenges that test the resolve of its intrepid crew.
I
The
hate you, Mark.
narrative unfolds with a cadence that keeps one on the edge of anticipation, unveiling the enigma of temporal phenomena.
Okay, that wasn't too bad. He did say currents once, even though I told him not to.
Still awfully generic.
It makes the writing in the
Oh,
TOS.
this is
episode
why he
that
wanted to blow it up, because it's already going to blow up New York. What's the president going to do about it?
Start in diplomatic proceedings.
Why not? That's what the Romulans did in the Klingons. And the Spanish and the Portuguese. It's what all conquerors say. Could we just beam the warhead into space? Because can the Enterprise do that?
Well, 100 miles above the surface would still cause an EMP.
Yeah, he specifically wants to scare them.
Yeah,
He
but
wants
that would
them to
still be
freak
deadly.
out, but
from the
freak out
fallout.
just the right amount.
Just try to kill Kirk.
Yeah. You don't know that, Roberto. He talks to his cat. What does he know? Ugh, gross intuition.
So this is Gary Mitchell's show didn't launch for the same reason the Section 31 show hasn't launched.
The Gary
Oh.
Mitchell show.
This Mission Impossible.
I feel like a Mission Impossible type show with Gary Mitchell would have no tension because he's a god. Oh, what country is that? Is that Saudi Arabia?
That looks like Nova Scotia right there. Oh, that is the Persian Gulf, though. Yeah, just upside down.
Yeah, other countries probably not going to be happy with us, but hey, we scared them.
Gary Mitchell is the hero we need, not the one we wanted.
Are we sure the cat's a person? I haven't seen it transform. Okay,
There we
fine. The cat's a person.
Does she need to be wearing an emo costume, though?
Why is she still purring? Why does she have cat ears? What is...
It's like that Wilfred show with Elijah Cummings.
So yeah, this is like
Temporal Prime
the
Directive.
James Bond episode with Dr. Bashir is like, oh, I think it's safe to say we'll be seeing him again.
Oh, right. Or the end of Tenet.
Okay, now how do we get home? Do we just like fly really fast to time dilate? What's going on here? Alright,
Yeah,
whatever.
they use the same principle they used to get here. It doesn't matter.
They're gonna use
Time
science.
dilation is what they do in the orbital, isn't
Speculative
it?
science.
Yeah, they use time dilation for
Yeah.
in the orbital.
To basically just turn off the static warp bubble and go real fast.
Yeah.
But like, okay, also next episode is Spock's brain. Everyone cue that up. But if a ship is just like going around the sun really fast to do time dilation, like everybody else is just gonna see them circling for like 100 years.
So what the
True.
orbit
They're still
does is it
there.
travels really, 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 really fast between two stars.
Would it just appear as a ring though?
You would, at the speed
Really
it
weird.
goes in the orbit, it would be hard to detect.
Wait, if
So
it
it'd be
makes if it's
from our
making
perspective, it would be going really slowly, right?
No,
Yeah,
we're
but
going
the-
incredibly,
No, it
incredibly
would still
fast.
be going near
Dude.
light speed.
No,
Yeah.
that's right now. I'm getting it backward.
But there'd be an obstinate circle going
Now
around.
press play in
the
5,
sun.
4, 3, 2, 1, play.
That's assuming
It's hard
that
to say.
they're not
Physics
changing
kind
their
of barely
orbit.
works once you get going that fast. It gets all screwy.
Yeah.
So let's say you do it more like a atomic shell orbital. So it just looks like a shell. Looks like a shell around the sun. If you can even perceive it.
That would still be pretty nuts. How would you manage that? I mean, you get pretty wacky stable orbits around a black hole, but
Mark
No, I
Twain,
would just-
what
I
would an
don't know if you're
object
actually
look like if it
maneuvering.
were moving close to the speed of light?
It's relative.
I'm sure
Your
Mark
position.
Twain knows this.
In the realm of relativistic velocities, an object hurtling near the speed of light would undergo perceptible distortions. Time dilation and length contraction would impart changes to its appearance. Colors might shift, and the object could appear compressed along its direction of motion. A celestial dance, observed through the lens of Einstein's theories.
So the Enterprise would just be really, really short.
yeah,
And stretched.
And if it's as it's moving away from
No,
us,
the
it'd be
opposite
very,
of
very,
stretched.
very, very redshifted. Yeah, redshifted.
Well, depending on, it would be very, very redshifted, then very, very blue shifted, then very, very redshift if it was
Yes.
like orbiting the sun.
It'd just be a purple blur.
We would get a really short rainbow colored Enterprise as it orbited. Because it would keep changing color.
What I want to be the guy who looks out of the telescope, before breakfast in the morning, comes home from work and looks at the telescope, sees the Enterprise, doesn't know what it is, goes to bed, teaches my kids
If
how
you
to do the
see
same.
an object hanging out at near light speed, just leave it alone. It's just trying to get home to the future.
And then teach my kids to do that. So over the course of 100 years, we've done nothing but look up at the celestial object. We have nothing. We have no idea what.
How-
Act in.
Oh,
How
no.
blue shifted would it be? Would it be
Very.
even be visible?
No, every extremely ends of this spectrum.
Yeah.
So Kirk's ass.
She's very attractive.
Kirk is a great ass too.
Oh, we found the one we want.
Yes. It's ours
Wait,
now.
Is this
Brain.
Spock's brain? Is this
Yeah, it's Spock's
brain?
brain.
Yeah.
Which is
Ooh.
probably another totally non-canon episode.
Not done. It's fine. It's fine. Just
we've
ignore the
done-
several plot holes and direct contradictions within the episode itself, and it's fine.
Heart transplants are routine now. So are face transplants and liver transplants.
Okay,
Well,
but
not
like
face-
your face isn't you, your brain is.
Yeah, there's a line in here about how every nerve ending was like cleanly taken off, which is like trillions when you think about it. Also, your brain and your spinal cord are one central nervous system. There's no way one can exist without the other. So
I want to be like an octopus. I want a distributed nervous system. This whole central thing sucks.
yeah,
And I'm going to be watching this the whole time, thinking about the swear track edit of this episode, where
Is it just like
it's a bunch of gifs with the
beepy?
subtitles where brain is swapped out for a different word. That's very funny in a very childish way.
Ah, Brian.
Sure.
The worst word. How do you know, Sulu? You've been awake for all of 2 seconds. You didn't even check the
Literally, it's
display.
one of those.
So they took his brain and then they put him in a hospital bed. That's really nice of them.
And gave him a fez.
Nice. Nice little gold foil fez.
Fezes are cool.
Also,
Brain,
like
lungs, cell rate. Some interesting labels there.
also like when you think about kidney dialysis, that was like during the 70s. But before then, there was no way. Like if your kidneys failed, your blood wasn't cleaned, and then you would die because your kidneys weren't working. But once you had dialysis, you could filter someone's blood. So even without their kidneys, you take all the blood out of their body, you put it in a machine, you filter it, and you put it back into their body. So that's what we're doing to Spock's brain.
Brain is gone.
Without surgery.
So yes, he's dead.
No, he's not dead because he's actually just a disembodied person right now. Because later they have like disembodied Spock recognize it. Spock, tell us where your brain is. That way, Captain. So there's a mind
Okay,
body
wait, hang on.
connection.
This is important. The incredible Vulcan physique hung on. So because he has very strong Vulcan physique, he can survive for a little while without his brain. Remember that for later.
Yeah, you
He's
never
not
seen a
dead.
chicken.
It's worse. He's dead. What?
Yeah.
When you cut off a chicken's head, it still runs around for a couple of minutes.
Same thing with a pig.
Ugh, I didn't know that. Thanks, Robo.
You're welcome. If you like, I can send you a video.
Oh, I've never even killed a chicken, but people do that back home.
Wait, now listen to this in comparison to what I asked you to remember.
Yeah. Maybe that's okay. Okay, maybe it means
Direct
that like in
contradiction.
the long term, he's more dependent on the brain, but in the short term, he can live for like a minute or so, however long it took Bones to get him on life support.
If you say so.
Jim.
Where are we gonna look for Spock's brain?
Where are we gonna get a spare brain?
We'll get it from Spock 2.
So now what's the deal with the Katra? Does his Katra go with the brain, or is that a body thing? Like, could we like put Bones' his brain in Spock's body and then it's just Spock now? How do Vulcans work?
Got a wig for his wig, got a brain for his heart. He'll kick you apart. He'll kick you apart.
Oh, I'm like, why
Also,
is
hi Ryan,
that-
I'm back.
I noticed, yes.
I finally caught up on Strange Worlds.
Good show.
Good show.
Yep.
You just reminded me that there might be a new season of Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds that I haven't watched yet.
I haven't seen this angle of TOS, I think.
There,
Strange New
where,
Worlds has had season 2. Lower Decks has had season 4, 5.
yeah, Strange New Worlds has a
Or-
long break between the two between season 2 and the upcoming season 3 because of the strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just started filming it, but they have started filming it, which is good.
yeah,
How dare they? My entertainment is more important.
yeah.
No, I fully support the strike, but yeah.
I should be watching Dune on DVD right now. Dune 2.
Stream sweep.
Oh yeah, Chekhov exists. Wow, he's here. I don't think he was in the last episode. Do we get more? I think Calvin Chekhov has more total screen time than original Chekhov.
Wow.
Well, maybe not
Uh,
counting the TOS movies, actually. No, I
Not
forgot
counting
about
the
them.
TOS movies, but yeah. Shields up, Captain.
Granted, he doesn't do really anything in the movies either.
No, he doesn't.
He's just kind of there.
Nuclear vessels.
These are really good graphics for TOS.
Is this like actual art assets they had ready to go on the ship, or is this like generated from sensor readings? What am I looking at?
Generated from sensor readings, so to expect.
I don't think they've ever been to this system before, so
Show-wise, I'm pretty sure they had the art assets already.
No, but like within universe, is this from a catalog of stars?
Yeah. Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay. In world.
Last report. So they have had looked at this system before.
I
Somebody's
wonder if
echoing
that could be the
speakers.
one. Volcanic? Like Vulcan? There's a Vulcan brain there. I figured it out.
If it was regular, if it's regular, then that means that it's, to use a not the best term for it, man-made.
Even the very term was racist.
I remember asking a science professor in college about whether global warming was man-made, and she corrected me saying we say anthropogenic, but technically anthropogenic.
That's just the fancy word for man-made.
The
Come
same
on.
thing as man-made, so I don't know why she was correcting me.
Though, to answer the question for the rest of the three, yeah, it's totally our fault. 100%.
Yeah.
Well,
Spock
that's
likes
rude,
it.
Uhura.
He uses it all the time.
Yeah, we've been over this like 5 times, Kirk. Come on. Stop calling it glaciated.
Wait,
Does it not
they're
make
talking about
sense?
two planets in one system. Surely they have time to hop between two planets in the same system.
They've only got 8 hours to search a planet, so that's why
What
there's
if you just
need to pick
sent
the right one.
2 landing parties?
Yeah. Or
We can't
fly
do that.
there
There's only
and
one
do more
senior staff.
scans.
Like if you had a
If you think it's
landing
this
party
system,
that
then just
all
fly
red shirts,
there.
would
That's
they all
step
just
one.
die like on impact?
Stop calling it glaciated. We know.
The aliens came in on like a Dominion beaming system. Like there is no reason that that they should be able to find the planet in time.
Wait. He just said suit temperatures are 72. Are these climate-controlled uniforms?
Hmm.
They have warmers?
I guess that could be.
Guess that's part of what
Or
Worf
maybe
meant by
maybe
like...
they're saying that's the temperature
This-
measured by the suit, like measured by their.
Well, yeah, maybe.
This is an insanely unlikely occurrence. 3 habitable planets in a solar system, each of which with life.
Yeah.
Not just life, just men.
I mean, if they have like advanced ion propulsion, couldn't they just like ask them if they found? I don't know why I'm
I
trying to
think
find
I have a
logic for
suspicion
Spock's
that the
brain.
people walking around with clubs and furs are not the ones with the probe knowledge.
I wonder what makes you say that.
They didn't take Spock's brain and advance medical science beyond what we could fathom.
Guess who's gonna die?
If you want them conscious,
But-
why are you going to stun them, Kirk? Come on.
But like I said though, in the
I
'60s,
mean,
the
slow
era
stun them.
of heart transplants and lung transplants, it's kind of crazy when you think about a heart transplant. You take somebody's heart out of their body and you put in a new one, and you have to do it quick enough that the new one's going to start beating and take over the task of the old one. I
Hmm.
can't even imagine. Like, there's no pause button. So, as much as people like to pan this episode, it represents a really interesting phase in our
All right,
medical.
guys.
They're gonna try to bonk them.
23rd century
brain
cavemen versus, or 23rd century cavemen versus Paleolithic cavemen. Who will win?
This is like the Ferengi set
Why did
in.
he throw his club? What's not what a club's there for?
Yeah.
This is the Ferengi in the Laos outpost.
I still don't use the wide beam.
Yeah.
Wait a second, this isn't a real beard.
Yeah, it feels strange that he looks clean shaven even though he has a big scraggly beard.
Yeah,
Something's incongruous here.
so
Yeah.
funny.
We come from Iowa. Could they just
He's
not
saying you're
find people who
small like
actually had
women.
beards in the 60s?
Beards weren't invented yet.
Pain and delight. Did he just say you're small like women?
Yes.
No, like the others.
The others.
The others are the women, though.
Well, they haven't said.
Well, that's
He didn't
who he's referring
explicitly
to.
state that, but it's what he meant. Oh, come on. You
I mean, we
speak
are
perfect
pretty-
English except for that one word. Come on.
We are pretty puny compared to our caveman ancestors.
So we didn't actually need to interrogate anyone then.
So the
These
prime
guys
directive
must have
doesn't
been like
apply in
balls
this episode.
abandoned kids because like they don't know what children, they don't understand basic like sexual education. They all kill like a bunch of weenies. Wow, it's like gender's a social construct, Captain.
No. Star Trek was very clear that it's a universal concept, including for non-corporeal entities.
Tell that to earthworms who are hermaphrodites.
Wow, Kirk, you can't just call them apish. That's so rude.
That is rude.
I mean, it's technically correct as we are apes, but come on.
Well, technically, we're ape descendant from an
we're
ancestor
apes.
ape.
We are also apes.
We're part of the Great Apes group.
And we're
I
primates.
suppose.
We're primates also.
You suppose it's
We will use Dr. McCoy to activate the trap.
We're
Mark
like
Twain, are
expendable.
humans technically apes?
We're a third species of chimpanzee after pygmy chimps and regular chimps.
maybe you are.
Oh, we found him.
Indeed, my observant compatriot, the
Jesus.
taxonomic classification places humans within the family of great apes. a shared lineage with our primate brethren, navigating the currents of time.
Mark,
Oh,
Mark's
Mark.
really good at doing a
Did you tell him to
nature
say that?
documentary impression and ventriloquism at the same time.
I told Mark not to talk about rivers, and he keeps doing it.
Well,
you just
at
can't
least he
keep
didn't-
him out from his rivers.
At least he didn't use the tree of life metaphor, which is the other. Wow, that door.
Oh, it's an elevator. Oh, this is like Disneyland. It's a fake. Yeah, it's a fake thing that's actually
Oh.
secretly an elevator to bring you to the other part of the park.
I love how they have this scene here.
We have to have a reason for Chekhov to have been on the landing party.
He's the rock heater. He doesn't even know how to make fire, a thing that like every human should be able to do.
Oh, they're not even doing like the swaying that people are supposed to do on the bridge when it's shaking. They're just standing stock
true.
still.
Yeah, they're like 20 years
True.
before that.
It looks really weird.
We're 20 years before that. We figure it out soon.
It just looks like the cameraman is
No,
drunk.
but they do that on the ship. They just didn't do that in the cave.
True.
A lady.
Yes, well done, Captain.
Wow, that's the first time in Star Trek
It was
that
gun on a woman.
they used a gun on a woman.
Shot first.
Topless in a skirt. Can see everything.
What the fuck is up with the
It's too
hexagonal
late. I've seen
door?
everything.
It's too late.
It's
I've seen
space, man.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Patrick Stewart.
I think,
Star
you know,
Trek
like
constantly has those doors.
It's too late. I've
TOS.
seen everything.
the thing is though that they're trying to get Spock's brain back into his body, so they need to shoot first and ask questions later.
I was waiting for Morg. He was supposed to meet me here an hour ago.
So this is like Morlocks but reversed. The ones
Lie
underground
detector.
have a privileged life, and the ones above ground are screwed. Also, how do they maintain the fashion down here? Because later they're
keep
going to
her
explain
very-
that they need a brain to like manage the facility and give them knowledge. But does it? How does
They
it
keep
work?
the women like so ignorant about how stuff works.
Universal Translator is not doing its job here.
Also, in Star Trek Strange New Worlds, when they have that little kid be the sacrificial machine for the rest of society, it kind of brings this to mind too. If you could just have one body
Yeah.
running society.
That episode was very much
The needs of the many.
Would you vote for the
I've been
child
seen that
sacrifice
before.
plan?
I mean,
no.
it's hard to say no because like their
It
planet.
is easy to
became-
say no.
Is it? Is it?
Well, you guys can go to your barren moon of a rock then, and we're gonna stay here and enjoy paradise. Okay, how about that? That's how it usually works out. You either
Star Trek has done this a couple times where they just damage the viewer's ears. Why is it playing this
Yeah.
noise at me? Could it stop?
That's the future noise.
That'd be nice.
Everyone in the future has tinnitus. Ooh,
okay,
they hit
this
him with
noise
the
damages my
polarizer.
ears. I don't like this magical comic book stun noise. it breaks my realism. It
They
must have
use that
been-
noise for a lot of things too.
Yeah.
They have 2 music tracks and a grand total of 4 sound effects.
Every time the magic wand is done, it's like this little reverberating sound.
Oh, hey, they use the same colored food pellets that the Federation does.
The men are like fed like
I like
babies.
their
Time
like
draw.
Kmart stained glass.
That is really nice, actually. I was too busy noticing how the men don't feed themselves. It's like a Ferengi society.
They don't even choose their food for them. Chew their food for them.
Yeah.
They choose their food. You could have a yellow pellet or a green pellet. I don't know. They fitted them with belly buttons.
Oh God, not
Does
not the
Spock's
things
brain
that
go in the square hole or the round hole or the brain hole?
is Spock smarter than a pig or a fourth grader?
My God, I don't remember winning any wrestling championships.
By the way, the human brain is the most complex object in the known universe. So restoring it is not going to be happening anytime soon.
That just sounds like conceit to me.
No, I'm saying it without any
Human
arrogance at
brains are
all.
the coolest thing in the universe, says human brain.
I mean, it's the most complex thing that humans are aware of, so that's sort of also self-limiting belief.
It's just, like brain science, we haven't even begun to scratch the surface of what, like, we know
Human
the
brain too
hypothalamus.
stupid to understand how awesome brain is.
Well, it's a good thing they all have reset buttons on this.
Oh, they can just leave. Yeah, just leave. It's fine. Just go. Go home. Learn. What is learn?
Learn. What is learn?
So, Ryan, is this episode as bad as like the people say it is? Because it shows up on the list of worst episodes.
This
usually.
episode is perfect.
I mean, you have to admit it's a goofy premise.
Yeah, that's what makes it so good.
Yeah.
Mark Twain, would you agree with my statement that Spock's brain is the best episode of the original series? We'll see if he's correct or not.
in TNG, they also had that giant planet that forgot how to.
My esteemed interlocutor, opinions on the finest episode may vary like the constellations in the night sky. If Spock's
That's not
brain
true.
elicits
Wait.
profound appreciation in your discerning heart, then let it be the jewel in the crown of your Star Trek Odyssey.
Great.
So,
That was a good
one,
end.
brain is brain, one is brain. But also, I like that Mark Twain just told me, if you like it, you do you. You're allowed to do that.
Basically.
Be happy with your own choices, young one.
I'm happy that you're happy.
Box dick.
Don't let
controls
anyone else
blood
dictate to
process.
you what cool is. If you say it's cool, it's cool.
Kirk, don't make it weird.
So yeah, in TNG there was this society, advanced society, masterpiece society, I think was the name of the episode. And then they forgot how to repair their computer, and I think like Wesley has to go to the back room and fix.
Oh, right in the
shit.
balls.
Another
Oh
golden
man.
healer.
Oh,
What is your
like
biology
she's
like,
got a
Robo? Look
vice
at where their
grip on
belts
it.
are. What does your body look like?
Just because it's there, it doesn't mean that it's not projecting. It's projecting the pain to the nerves, like make you feel like you get hit in
I
the
was
balls.
thinking more
man.
like it would give them really bad indigestion.
But hold up, no one flops on the ground like a fish out of water, like the way Kirk Shatner does.
Isn't everybody's balls right in front, underneath their belly button?
Right in the
Like,
yeah, that's what the belly button is. That's what an Audi
Right.
is, don't you know?
Belly button is stored in the balls.
Why did we even cut
in-
this Chekhov there? What was the point?
Because they were still warming their hands on the heater. So I guess
You
we're gonna
ever You ever climb in your truck too fast and accidentally sit on your balls? It's the worst.
In Star Trek 6, Kirk kicks the bad guy in the knees in the prison, and the actress Iman says, "Not everybody
Knees.
keeps their genitals in the same place." So
That's a good question,
They haven't
Kirk.
figured that
How
out
does
yet?
it work?
This
wow.
so
Okay, that's
this
a
is
lot of
kind of like
sexism.
the episode of
Those women could have never set up anything like that. Sorry.
this is like the episode of Enterprise with where they took the helmsman's body to use him as a computer, right? What was
Yeah,
his
Travis.
name? Travis Mayweather. Thanks.
Delightful aspects. Wow.
Oh, Gene.
Big
Why is he
guy.
wearing chainmail?
Because they had the costumes left over from something else, and they just were like, fuck it.
Is this the Rigel 7 uniform?
Yeah.
Oh, science.
So is science always their code word for get into a fist fight?
Yes. Spock, why aren't you helping?
Imagine being like Leonard Nimoy and having to like show up and sit like that all day.
Oh, but
Hey, he's getting
speaking
paid.
Of, speaking of tiebacks to future Star Trek episodes, in
Hey, the
the
double fist punch.
in this in the
Yes.
DS9 episode where they have to exchange Moogie back to the Dominion.
All right, Gene, you want me to
The
just
Ferengi 7.
sit here?
Magnificent
Okay,
Ferengi.
I can do that.
Oh, that Magnificent Ferengi, yeah. All right.
And so they put a neurotransmitter cortical stimulator onto the dead Vorta. So here Spock is wearing the same thing, but basically because without a brain you can't walk. So to ambulate the guy, you basically have to stimulate the nerves.
I think
turn
we
them
just
into
had
a
this
bowling
discussion
ball.
about how certain animals sometimes walk without brains.
Yeah, but not ambulating is what I'm saying. Walking is different than running around without a See, they're talking to like a disembodied Spock. His brain is fine.
He's right next to you, Kirk.
So this also sets up the entire plot for Star Trek 2 and 3 when they have to put Spock's soul back into his body.
Spock, you're a disembodied, but you still have to be roasting bones.
I mean, both said the same thing earlier in the episode, but still.
They haven't slept.
Wow, that's a very convenient number for the body to be able to tolerate. Also,
So-
why are we doing this noise again?
Fun fact, you can be brain dead for like up to 10 minutes, but really after like 5 minutes, every minute the damage becomes irreversible. So don't take 10 minutes if you're gonna be that long.
I don't know, your review, how long have you survived without your brain?
Rude.
I've been
sorry.
I've survived
In those 5
without my
minutes,
brain
do you see
quite
the
a
great
while.
tree of your ancestors?
I think I saw the
Because
claw.
Neelix did 'em.
That's true. Plus, I'm religious and I'm often in religious circles online where like apologetics debate between religions and atheists. But I will say this though, many times religious people will bring up near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, but that's really not proof of anything.
Yeah.
I know you thought you saw heaven when you came back, but you came
Yeah.
you came back. That's the important
The,
point.
the brain does funny stuff when it's shutting down. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the light at
Yeah.
the end of the tunnel thing is pretty common, too. Like you see your life flash before your eyes. That's all the dopamine leaving your brain as
Out of body experiences is literally how your brain processes memories. So it's just using that same thing that occurs, and it
Mhm.
just happens in real time as opposed to in your memory.
Mhm.
That depends for some people, because not everyone experiences memories as third person. Some people experience it in the first person, but for most people, their
You
memory is a
experience
third
memories
person
in third
experience.
person?
You
Sometimes.
can.
Okay.
I have a
Depends.
That's
I have
interesting.
a
I think mine are
I
all
have
first
a
person.
I have an eye stalk that extends out of the back of my head and observes everything from third person. It's like I'm playing a third person video game all the time. So I have
I mean,
this
you could get that
alien
set
eye
up with a
stalk.
VR headset and a camera. You could do that. In fact, people have done
Actually,
that.
you're right. You're right.
There are
Why don't we
YouTube
do that?
videos
I
of
put
people
like
doing this.
a backpack with like a pole and a GoPro and then VR headset and play like it's like I'm
That
playing Grand Theft Auto, but
that
it's real
sounds really
life.
Disorienting is what it sounds like.
So
yeah.
I'll put on body armor and go out there and hijack
That'd be
cars and stuff.
freaky.
Okay, Gene, I am begging you
Wait.
to stop playing these sound effects.
Yeah.
I just saw a YouTube clip of Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he said, "Well, what you should do is if anybody wants to say they had a near-death experience, you put like a sign above the hospital bed, and if the person has an out-of-body experience, you can tell us what the sign said, and then when you come back
Makes sense.
down, just tell us what was the message." And that's never happened. So
So, yeah, if you look at YouTube for like walking in third person or driving in third person or living in third person, you'll find plenty of stuff about that.
So I had a 2004 Blazer ZR2 with a moonroof or Astro roof. And one time I was driving and I decided it'd be funny to put on a helmet, like a tanker's helmet, and I was driving while standing with my head out the moonroof.
Oh.
In a very precarious way, yeah, I was just driving down the road like that, and I thought it'd be funny to put like I had like a horse's bridle in my hand, so I had taken my belt, put it on the steering wheel, and I was using that like I was like steering a chariot.
Was this like
Um,
an attempted suicide? What are you
no, I was selling the car soon. Like the guy was coming to get it. So I was like, I want to do something goofy with it while I still
okay,
have it.
that's funny.
I mean, it's a good thing you
Mission
didn't.
accomplished, I
I
guess.
mean,
Yeah,
Hey,
I
I'm a
mean,
professional. I'm a professional. Okay, I'm a professional. Don't attempt this at home, kids. I have driven a
you're not a
lot.
professional stunt driver.
Yeah. No.
oh,
But
is
yeah.
that the brain
No, but yeah.
brain surgery device? So nice.
It looks like it's gonna
Let's
stab
just
you, is what it looks like.
Also,
It looks
it's
like it
the hair dryer
literally
thing.
injects knowledge physically.
I did a lot
What
of
actually is
racing
that? What did they use to make that prop?
It looks like the hair dryer thing that women use at the salon to like curl their hair in a hot iron thing.
what
Whatever it is,
prop?
it's
Let
very
me see.
vulnerable to fingerprints. I can see the grease from Will Shatner's hands.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that they put on their heads to do perms, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they stuck a bunch of like rods on it. Oh, that's what the machine does. I see. Very clever. Very clever,
Perm
Gene.
split?
Well,
Yes, it
I
makes
think I
people
put
smart.
Spock's
That's what it
brain.
does.
They could put
Yep.
Spock's brain in her.
Do you mean you as in the woman, or you as in like the computer that's granting the knowledge? Who's you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like the machine doesn't actually do anything other than grant knowledge. The controller doesn't do anything. How does manufacturing work on this planet?
Robot.
Because I still
Spock
don't
does it
know how
all.
they have like their high heel boots and makeup and
Yeah.
stuff. Where
Automation.
does that come from?
Spock's using his like
Automation.
robot arms in like a sewing machine somewhere to meticulously craft every single high heel boot.
Clearly, the cavemen do it.
Who grows the food, or is that replicated? What do we eat the people from the surface?
The needs of the many is greater than the needs of the few or the one. This flies in the face of the needs of the many.
It's a more
Yeah,
that's
the
not canon
needs
in
of
this
the-
particular episode.
And he didn't volunteer for it. Like he always says the needs of the many when he's sacrificing himself, the needs of the many.
Right, and also
Very
by the way,
different to say that and then
everybody went out of the way and got court-martialed to put Spock's soul
But the
back in his body. So we don't
The
actually
captain's
agree with
also
that
allowed to say
premise.
the needs of the many and then send other people to their death.
Right.
True.
See, like that's
Notably
the
Geordi.
problem.
But those are people
morality.
under, people
John's-
under him.
John Stuart Mill posed that the foundation of morality is
Please.
don't do to anyone else what you wouldn't want done to you, right? So we're not gonna kill each other. We're not gonna steal from each other.
Which I
Whoa,
maintain
whoa,
is a
whoa,
bad
whoa.
saying. Do unto others as they
How do you
want you
know-
to do unto them.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know I don't want to be killed?
Because everything you do is to try to survive.
Prove it.
Is
You
she an
eat so much
alien,
Taco
Spock?
Bell.
Are you sure? She looks human to me.
I eat Taco Bell, dude. I'm
You're clearly not trying to survive. You're doing a good job at it.
no.
The needs of the Spock outweigh the needs of the bones. That is a sacrifice he is willing to make. Which world?
So to our Federation. So in Star Trek, we should have brain transplant technology at this point.
What would be the point of a brain transplant? You're still dead. Now the other person just gets your body.
Well,
You
let's say
are your
somebody's
brain.
was dying and somebody else's body was dying. You could just do a switch and give the healthy body the healthy
Is it a brain transplant or is it a body transplant?
Yeah, it's a body transplant.
We've never tested this machine on a male before. Who knows what it'll do? Oh, it's playing backwards voices.
Kung Fu.
Backwards sped up voices. I can hear them.
He's getting satanic messages.
Can you unspeed them up and reverse them?
There's a lot of noise over it. Probably not. But if I had to guess, it's probably just the same audio that they used for the other two backwards voice things, which is just dialogue from the alternative factor.
Okay, so a child could do brain surgery now. That's
Yeah.
That technique in particular, anyway.
This episode is terrible.
That is something. Yeah,
I should-
the line here: a child to do it, a child to do it.
Oh my god.
No.
No, it makes. I mean, well, he thinks
he's
a child could do it.
What
in
is
that moment.
bones but a tall child?
Barkley though. Remember Barkley in the nth degree when he becomes like this super genius thanks to these probe. So that's what he's at. He's at the exponential intelligence
Right.
level. So that's why
It
he's
now
saying a
seems
child
so
could do it.
simple to him that he would
Yeah.
say that. It makes sense to me. The line makes sense.
I suppose.
Barkley has a great line in that episode where he says, "I understand the entire universe now. It's a single equation. It's so simple. Why didn't we think of it before?"
Why didn't he write it down? Is my question.
We need that equation.
You should store it in the
I mean,
computer.
strictly
since he was in the
speaking, yes, you
computer.
can define the universe as one long waveform equation. You can do that.
I think what is the grand unified theory though? You have to merge relativistic with gravitation. We don't have a grand unified theory of physics.
It's not a matter of evolution, it's a matter of technological development.
Like,
So Bones is the most
how many
brilliant
fingers do
doctor.
I have? 2?
Brain and brain. What is brain?
Yeah, so this is what Bones didn't think of before. Before it was like a child could do it, and now you're thinking about the millions of nerve endings.
Well, he's now right. Clearly, something isn't working.
He's gone from being an ideas guy to actually trying to implement what he had an idea for.
Right. Yes.
Oh, this is your.
I've got a
Yeah,
great
like
idea
many
for a new
times
app,
before,
Jim.
Well,
It'll sell
if you look
millions.
again,
Jim, I've made a new video streaming website. Oh, I don't know about these crossfades. This feels weird.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They don't even fade all the way. They just faded. Yeah, that's weird.
It's like a poker match. Everyone has tension on their face.
And they just. Yeah, that's just a weird choice.
Surgery's high stakes,
Did
man.
crossfade used to be more common or something?
Yes.
I get, because we don't get like any in any Star Trek after TOS, do we?
No.
Don't think so.
No, we don't.
Like Star Wars shows do a bunch of wipes, but that's sort of Star
That's
Wars
just
editing
George Lucas.
style.
That's just him.
Exactly. So, but even then, I noticed that they really stick out. I like them, but they definitely stick out. So I would notice if there were crossfade
if
on
he was
Star
able
Trek.
to, like, without his speech center fully connected, he can still talk. He just has to sound
Don't
all
worry about
gravelly.
that. Yeah.
There must be
He connected like
there must
half
be
of them.
some in TNG season 1 and 2.
Yeah,
That's true. Though. Spock
I
is
guess that's
helping him.
possible.
So this is the other thing. The medical science of this era, it was very mechanistic. With
I don't they just put the lady in the thing again.
so Spock here is treating it like you just plug the right circuits into the right.
Yeah, why don't they just stick Bones back in the machine?
Fully die.
I think they said that, yeah, it probably caused him to die or something like that.
Eh.
He said connector. Get it right.
So how fortunate that Spock is guiding Bones through his own brain surgery. See?
Wow. Nobody will be
index
admitted during the tense
Is-
brain surgery.
Is this
scene.
how the brain works? One nerve
Yeah, it's
controls
just
one
Everybody
joint?
remains teacher to in this scene. Don't
Yeah, it's
worry,
like the
there's
telephone
nothing
switchboard.
important going on or anything like that.
You just plug in the switchboard into the correct socket, and everything's good.
Green-butted hobgoblin.
Very racist. Mark Twain, I have a question. Why is Bones so racist toward Vulcans and Spock in particular? Oh god. Because I can see ChatGPT's response well before it actually finishes processing the voice. Just
In the
race.
tapestry of Star Trek, the dynamic
tapestry of
among
Star
the
Trek.
diverse crew often reflects the societal struggles of Earth. McCoy's banter with Spock mirrors the tensions of the time, addressing cultural differences and prejudices. It serves as a narrative lens through which the show explores themes of unity and understanding.
I mean, that's actually not a bad answer.
I just
Instead of
don't...
wasn't the
tapestry.
meaning of why you meant, but yeah.
Bones is
You're right, that's
racist
why
because
he's
people
that way,
were
but-
racist.
It's
Yeah.
part of the fabric of the ugly Christmas sweater of our society. If you don't like tapestry, I can come up with something else.
The great carpet of life.
Kirk just pointed out that in their society they had a male-female schism. So apparently all the men and all the
Good,
women.
good to be back, but I only had time slotted for Spock's brain.
I mean, if
You
you gotta
came at
pick
the right
one.
time.
Yeah, exactly. Farewell.
Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Mark Twain, quickly say
And my
goodbye.
laptop's flashing the BIOS.
Oh, it's too late.
Farewell, my friend.
Go on to a better place.
Until our words
we still have one more
entwine
episode,
once
don't we?
more in the realms of discourse.
Yeah, I was just saying goodbye to Mr. Favorite. So, the last episode is the Enterprise incident.
More time travel.
No.
All right, Mr. Twain, please give us a
No
brief
time
summary of the next episode we're going to be watching together, the Enterprise incident. And no mentioning rivers or tapestries.
Or ugly sweaters.
In the Enterprise incident, the crew of the Enterprise embarks on a covert mission into Romulan territory. Intrigue, espionage, and the shadows of interstellar politics unfold, testing the mettle of Captain Kirk and the crew.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
That was a good summary.
The first part was okay.
It makes you want to watch it, intrigue, espionage.
I mean, yeah, but it just said that about. Anyway.
So,
Oh, is this the
Maybe.
first log we've gotten that's not the captain?
Scotty gives a log when he's in charge.
But he was the captain at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so what they're doing here, I think, is the Tom Paris thing, where he like pretends to go evil for an episode, so that he can like escape and ingratiate himself. No, Bones. This is a Tom Paris thing. God, Captain. Execute. Oh. Maybe that's not Jim. It doesn't say execute. Okay, so from what I know of Star Trek, this is
They've gone through
explicitly
the
an
entire
active
neutral
war.
zone. Yes, it's an active war. They've gone through the entire neutral zone and are entering Romulan space. It's definitely an active war.
Is this a good time for mutiny? Why did they react before? Oh, that's a right.
That's a Klingon ship.
Right.
Yeah. It is actually called out by Scotty.
Intelligence
Oh, yeah,
reports
they-
now Romulans now using the props we had available.
Yeah. The reason is because they didn't have the ability to make any new Romulan ships.
They probably didn't have the budget. They probably had the ability.
That's the budget. Not having the budget is the same thing as not having the ability to do it.
No.
The budget is one of the things required to have the ability to do it.
Yeah, if you have a big enough budget, you could do anything. Um, so we didn't establish in the Errand of Mercy episode that Romulans were getting their technology from Klingons. That was only established here. Because cloaking devices work. No, Klingons
Yeah,
got
and
their
it's
cloaking
only
devices.
established here for production reasons. That's not really a story thing.
Okay, but
It's never going to come up
canon-wise,
again. It's not relevant.
the
And
Klingons stole.
if Treasure World gets to this point, we might see that they change it or might not change it. We don't know. Because this isn't actually referred to again in canon explicitly, I don't think.
I remember there's exactly one line from Worf in season 1. He's talking
Yeah.
about the Khmer Accords. It's like, oh, the Romulans attacked my home when they were supposed to be our allies.
Right.
And that's it. It's the only mention.
That is still canon. If it was anything about the alliance between the Romulan, the Klingons and Romulan, more than that, or their alliance with the Federation stuff, then it wouldn't be canon
The fact
anymore.
that they were friends at some point is canon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they did a technology exchange. That's why they both have birds called birds of prey. Ships called birds of prey. You know, because when you think about it, bird of prey is actually a stupid name for a ship.
Rude.
Oh, the bird of prey was supposed to be a Romulan ship, and then they changed the villains of that motion picture.
Why is this man a
that-
vampire?
From Romulans to Klingons.
Why is the set shaking?
It's probably a mini earthquake in LA at that point.
Yeah, they want you to surrender. They want your technology. And to torture you for information, Kirk.
I was watching the Strange New Worlds redo of Errand of Mercy. So why is Spock surprised again that the Romulans look like Vulcans? Did they forget?
It's in that
They've never
episode-
seen Romulans
So
before.
it was in the
Terror.
script.
They hadn't known.
Yeah, but there was an offshoot, so they forgot about the offshoot that left Vulcan
Yes.
800
they
years ago.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
He was surprised
They-
because it was in the script.
The Vulcans
Okay,
knew
but why
that
wasn't it in the
some
script? I think
Vulcan
is the- is
offshoot
the fair
went off
question.
into space. They didn't know that that was specifically the Romulans. They weren't called the Romulans at the time.
Gotcha.
And this also directly contradicts, unless they're much, much further away on the Nutrizone balance of terror.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I suppose they are a bit further in. So actually, actually, it does make sense. Is that they're in Romulan space, so there aren't any subspace repeaters. So it does actually make some semblance of sense.
We didn't have cloaking devices in Errand of Mercy?
So don't worry about that.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
These
I
are
understand
they're
this.
different cloaking devices. They're better.
Okay.
Also,
'Cause
Kirk,
that was
don't
the whole-
worry about it. Literally, nobody will ever use a cloaking device for a sneak attack. It doesn't happen. It's fine.
Sorry, but I keep saying Errand of Mercy. I meant Balance of Terror.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
That's not a helpful.
Spock maybe should have mutinied. That might have been a good idea. Unless he's in on it. He's probably in on it.
He's either in on it or he didn't because he trusts Jim that there's some reason for it.
That would be
He loves
illogical.
Jim.
Love is illogical, Soma.
He's half human as well. He doesn't understand those feelings.
So he's half offended that you would
I
imply
love-
such a thing.
Love is all you need.
I mean, fair. He's got a point.
The Federation crossed into their neutral zone.
Not just into the neutral zone. The Enterprise went
into
past the neutral zone into Romulan
yeah,
space.
yeah. That's what the Mark Twain said too.
Yes. Good.
Destroy yourselves.
Every good Star Trek show has at least one scene of ordering a self-destruct.
Very true.
It has to be in there.
And you know, it starts with the TOS. What was it? The Cormabite maneuver, or it's a special maneuver that Kirk bluffs about, saying, "If we're captured, the ship's gonna blow up. We have orders. Put that on the airwaves." So hoorah!
The old villain chair spin.
The old sexy villain in green face. So, did he disable their disruptors in transport when he was like, "Oh, you got us. You sent over 2 armed Romulans as a trick."
You're so smart and powerful.
I like her sideburns.
You like her sideburns?
Yeah. The way they're like locks.
It's supposed to make her look more savage.
Yeah, a little bit.
She's kind of old for Jean's taste.
Yeah.
She's a Romulan commander. But also, when she first spun around, she was very beautiful at the same time.
Y'all are being just like Jean. Her looks is the first thing you comment on.
You can't watch like 600 episodes of Star Trek made by Gene Roddenberry and Rick Berman and not pick up a little bit of that.
Hey, Mark Twain, is Sub Commander tall in on the deception in this episode?
Her name's not tall.
No, but the dude that looks like a vampire is.
Yeah. Okay, just wanted to make sure. You knew.
You good, Mark?
Sub-Commander Tall, a key player in the dance of deception within the Enterprise incident.
Okay, that doesn't help.
At least there wasn't a tapestry
As the
involved in the answer.
narrative unfolds,
Wait.
the intricate threads of Romulan subterfuge weave a tale that
As you
challenges
were
the
saying.
crew's acumen and the boundaries of interstellar diplomacy.
Oh, Mark.
You sure didn't accidentally get like a textile factory AI in there?
I could, for $20 a month, I could upgrade to GPT-4 instead of 3.5. Maybe 4 doesn't talk about tapestries.
No, 4 would do it more.
Do these streams earn you $20 a month?
No.
It makes me $0 a month, as do all my videos, because my channel's
it's-
demonetized.
It's negative now since you.
Thanks to Paramount. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it is negative
Patreon?
because it depends. Because I'm spending a little bit a month on the voice, but I'm also making money on Patreon.
Yeah, so it's like,
So it's still positive, but pocket change positive.
So this is the long history of Romulans
Oh.
being.
That's what they do all the time. It's substitute.
Hey, at least. Ah! It is. That's a good barb.
Well, that's crazy. What are you talking about? No, it was just a malfunction.
You got a big brain IS-2 here, Soma driving backwards. He just got smoked in one shot.
So if we torture Jim to get Spock to speak because he loves him. No, he's tortured Spock? Brain dead. I'll take his brain.
Yes, Vulcans never lie.
Spock, you're a traitor. Kirk, shoot him. What? You don't have a gun. Spock, punch him.
They most definitely had a conversation before this.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I told it's
yeah,
Tom Paris
Kirk is
again.
way over the top here.
It was clear from the first line in the episode, he's faking being evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Twain, please relate to me the behavior of Captain Kirk in this episode to when Tom Paris was pretending to be evil and insubordinate. Let me just scout this for tapestries. No tapestries.
In the
He didn't
dance
mention
of
a tapestry.
deception, Captain Kirk, like Tom Paris, adopts a facade for the sake of mission and diplomacy. Both exhibit a flair for the theatrical, navigating the treacherous waters of subterfuge to achieve their noble objectives.
we have a new
Akin in
metaphor.
Spirit, separated
Oh no,
by
wait,
the
it was already on
No, that's just a
streams
river
before.
again.
expanse of time and narrative.
Forgot about that.
No tapestries though.
At least we have two metaphors.
Mark Twain, please
So,
make me a metaphor comparing the river Mississippi to a tapestry. Let's see if it can handle that. If I can overload it.
The Mississippi, a grand tapestry unfurling across the land, its currents weaving tales of exploration and commerce. Like threads in a vast fabric. Its waters stitch together the stories of nations and the pulse of a continent flowing through the landscape like the ink upon my written page.
Okay, so Mark Twain is completely tainted because the more it talks about a subject, the more it wants to. So,
I mean, it's always inputting the entire conversation you've had, right? So
yeah. So if I want him to stop talking about it, I need to start a new chat with it. But I'm not going to do that. It just has to be
no,
like
because that's not near as funny.
Why would you say Terran?
Because that is the official name for Earth. The
No,
science fiction
it's
name for
wrong.
Earth. It's Terra. That is just his name.
But Terrans are specifically from an alternate universe.
That's true.
Also, wow, this Romulan commander's really casual.
And really kind to prisoners, apparently.
Oh, because
Doesn't
Starfleet's
have the
racist.
shoulder
I
pads.
gotcha.
The shoulder pads. There must be a next gen era thing.
Yeah, in TOS they just have the dumb hats.
Well, and the weave on the fabric is similar to what they get on next gen. That
Yeah. They're
sort of
always
pattern.
the Romulans are always upholstered, but their accessories change.
I mean, Spock gets to command the Enterprise in the movies.
Kind of.
He is made captain of the Enterprise at one point in the films.
But at that point the Enterprise is just a training ship for cadets. It doesn't really do anything.
Hmm.
And then they blow it up.
Most of the time, though, yeah. Most of the time, though, he gets advisory roles to Starfleet and things.
Romulans are equal opportunity employers.
I thought I remembered this episode of her being a spy and pretending to be a spy for the Starfleet. So they get the thing, but no, it's not.
I mean, that still might happen, because
She's a
I know
Romulan,
at some
close
point
enough.
Kirk pretends to be a Romulan, but I don't remember how we transitioned to that. Like, they give Kirk the Romulan eyebrows and everything.
You should have led with that.
Yes.
Oh, now Bones is in on it too. Jim, this man is a Romulan. Well, he doesn't need your attention, he needs a doctor's attention.
She's gonna bring him back to life with her feminine wiles. Doesn't she got like nothing on her legs whatsoever? Just like her uniform
Probably.
is like a singlet.
One assumes.
Oh, Commander, you fool! Stop trying to seduce your enemies. It doesn't matter how attractive Spock is. He's explicitly an enemy.
I mean, I'd imagine just Romulan accepted wisdom is you should try to seduce your enemies, just, for leverage.
Mark, do you think it's a good idea for Romulans to try to seduce their enemies? I'll trust whatever his answer is. If he says it's a good idea, I'll believe him.
The art of diplomacy, a dance as old as time itself. The Romulan strategy of employing a lure in the realm of interstellar relations is a risky gambit. Whether it be a waltz of intrigue or a tangled web of deceit, the outcome rests upon the resilience and discernment of those ensnared in its embrace.
You didn't actually answer the question, Mark.
Yeah. The web was new, though.
Indeed, my sincere apologies for the circumlocution.
Circumlocution?
And the thing is, I'm not sure what the
Diplomacy. The
He's
Romulan
expanding my
tactic of
vocabulary, at
employing
least.
seduction could be deemed a precarious endeavor, fraught with potential pitfalls.
He gives a lot of lawyer responses.
Mark, are you secretly a lawyer and that's why you don't give me direct answers to my questions?
No, I'm not sure whether McCoy was in on it from the start. Is it now? And they've got
my
the
dear interlocutor, I am but a
medical officer's
humble
lodge from the start of the episode to
scribe,
prove it.
navigating the
prove his opinion.
currents of inquiry with the
Ah.
finesse of the quill. No legal cloak shrouds my words. Rather, it is the art of nuanced expression that guides my responses.
Nuanced expression. I mean, this isn't just a problem with Mark, where trying to make something nuanced is just like not saying anything at all.
Right.
Like, it could go either way. It's a gray situation. It's like, no, you're just not taking a stance. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Our political discourse, or even, to be honest with you, Wikipedia kind of relies on this because
wait.
it'll call.
Wait. Is he dead? He's dead.
Yes.
A team member.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I like how
Good.
Ryan's
There were 3 red shirts last episode, and none of them died. Nobody died last episode.
Spock even technically wasn't dead. He was on life support. He was fine.
True. Wikipedia will call you out for using weasel words, like some say or it's understood. But the funny thing is that when I read the New York Times, I'll see things that are like, it's generally understood or experts agree. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that wouldn't fly on Wikipedia, but I'm reading in the New York Times over here.
Or critics suggest that, is a
Yeah.
famous one.
But also radio show hosts, whenever they disagree with a caller, they're trained to say like, oh, well, a lot of people feel that way. So they're not agreeing or disagreeing with the caller.
He wasn't actually dead. He was just unconscious.
True.
Doesn't count. He's not dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but speaking about Mark Twain being a lawyer, my favorite quote by Mark Twain is that he said, I have never let my schooling interfere with my education. So you don't need to be a lawyer to learn.
What you're telling me? So Mark Twain would be the kind of person whose Facebook profile says, I went to the school of hard knocks.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Right.
Probably something cleverer than that, at least.
Just get your diploma, Mark. Come on. At least get a high school education. Wait, so was he actually momentarily dead and Bones revived him? Or was he not dead and his vital functions were just slowed?
He was.
It's unclear.
Yeah.
We did the same thing in the Ponfar episode, and then when Tasha has to fight the vaccine planet.
Code of honor?
Yeah.
I submit that Code of Honor isn't nearly as bad as its reputation.
Well, Spock's Brain is the best episode of TOS, as we established today.
Okay, so now officially Uhura's in command. Are we going to get to see that?
I doubt it.
I don't think television was ready for that.
No.
Excuse me, that is Sub-Commander Kirk, Mr. Scott.
That's true, though. We saw a female intelligence operative for the Romulans.
But were they white?
Because
they're
fair. And, I mean, women weren't allowed to vote until the 20th Amendment.
Oh, this is actually genuinely very, very
19th. 19th. Women's suffrage is the 19th.
Okay, thank you, Robo.
Ah, she's got some
It was
colored cubes and a bottle of sriracha. Excellent.
It was 1919, so
eh,
they've had it for a little over 100 years.
yeah.
Is it? Is it Spock?
Join the Empire. We have food.
We have slightly different shapes of colored squares. These squares are slightly more square.
If that's real alcohol, that might be an inducement.
It's Romulan
It's
ale. Probably.
That's true.
they don't use real alcohol in
Or
movies because
it could be Kalival. Romulans have 2 drinks.
That is Romulan ale. That's just the Romulan name for it.
Oh.
Sorry.
Hang on. I just want to double check that. Mark, is Romulan ale the same thing as Kalival?
The elixirs of the cosmos, Romulan ale and Califal. While distinct in origin, both are libations that hold a certain allure among those with a taste for the exotic. Each sip, a journey into the depths of interstellar spirits, sparking camaraderie or fostering intrigue, depending on the company imbibing.
He doesn't really answer
Fostering
the
intrigue?
question.
Have you guys read a Mark Twain novel? The
Yes.
actors, the writers back then were paid by the word, so they're going to be very
No,
lengthy.
none of this. None of our laughing is at the style. The style is definitely Mark Twain.
Yeah.
I read Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. I don't remember that many references to the Mississippi River or tapestries.
Yeah.
I don't think that was a thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking like Charles Dickens too. Very lengthy. Like
Charles
you got a lot of
Dickens 2, the
inside
sequel
jokes.
to Charles Dickens.
No, you have a lot of
Yeah.
inside jokes within the paragraph. You know, these guys had a lot of quips when they're writing.
The Marvel writers of the 1800s.
Yeah.
Now, what's this orange drink? Oh, are you going to lean against him?
He's like 10 years older than him.
Who cares? That's fine.
Yes. Definitely not not lying. No, Vulcans never
She's
lie.
like, Mrs. Robinson, I do believe you're trying to seduce me.
Spock, what about your wife? Oh, wait, are you already divorced? Yeah, no, you don't have a wife. That's fine. Spock's doing an excellent job of navigating the treacherous waters of Romulan intrigue. At my side, and we will rule the galaxy. Okay, but you're gonna have to like execute everybody on the Enterprise to make this work.
Yeah.
Can't. They're probably not gonna go along with that.
Do you have an idea for what we should do during that hour?
This is why Spock is taking so long, because he realizes he's got to delay her plans.
What? No way.
I thought your first name was Commander. Oh wait, their
Does
names are
Spock
supposed to
have a
be
first name?
unpronounced. He does. It's unpronounceable by humans, conveniently. I'm not a soldier. I'm a woman. I bet that's what she's gonna say. I bet.
Oh.
Ah, good one.
Ugh. That was
I
somehow worse.
I know, Eugene. I have foreseen it.
Gene.
In the Star Trek motion picture, as well as in Star Trek 2 with Savick,
Oh, she's actually going to get changed as well. Oh my god.
they have Vulcan language dialogue, but I just learned though that they filmed the actors talking in English and then they later dubbed over the made up Vulcan dialogue, but it had to match their lip syncing to the English speaking lips.
Why does it have to match up?
So
They
they
never
just, like,
bothered with that on
had them-
TNG.
Right. It matched up so the movie didn't look like it was dubbed. Over
So
the
they just had to make up noises that would fit
Yeah.
the shapes that they're already making. That's kind of
Right.
funny.
Right. It is hilarious because I never noticed it until I read about it, and I'm like, oh wait, that's why they're like Savick-oi, Spock-oi.
Hi.
Nice dress. Nobody notices this
I see
new-
you've put on a rug now instead of a carpet.
That dress, I think, is a lot
Uh.
better than the usual 60s stuff we see.
That's
Yes.
true. It is a nice dress.
Usually they're wearing carpets.
Yeah.
The question
like,
here is,
nothing.
has no one noticed this new Romulan officer that looks like Captain Kirk?
Yeah, he noticed him, and then Kirk did the typical thing where you go, "Ah, yes, I will acknowledge your alertness in my report. You did a very good job."
That is the big problem with the Romulan hierarchy, is that there's so many people who are unknown to the Romulans that the enemies just go in and say, "Hey, I'm from this faction of your group that you don't know anything about. I can order you around because I'm from that faction."
The Tal Shiar.
There's literally times where they do that. They order them around because they're from the Tal Shiar, but they're not from the Tal Shiar. They're from Starfleet.
Everyone here has watched TNG. We saw the episode with Counselor Troy.
Yes. Yes, I realize.
We get your reference. Oh man,
For the audience.
I need some like serious decongestion.
Man, they're gonna. Jane.
I have a question. Why are we not just nerve pinching her? Why are we bothering with the seduction?
Spock gets horny too.
Does she have to dress back into her soldier outfit?
Probably better for the best if she does. Does she have a spare outfit there? Oh.
Oh, they wouldn't dare question her. No, smash the communicator first.
Yeah.
Or don't bring him in, just shoot him. You've got a gun. Wait, is this the Enterprise again? This looks suspiciously like the Enterprise. Kick? Yes. I do appreciate that the
Good
cloaking
kicking there.
device is just an orb. Classic.
It's the same orb that they used in that episode with the brains, so the
Oh, yeah.
species, whatever it was.
Well, they had it available. Is it safe to touch that? I feel like that would be radioactive.
Have you unlocked any jets in War Thunder, Soma?
I've looked at some jets, but this is
So he
Star
wasn't
Trek.
on the Enterprise.
No, I didn't mean literally the Enterprise. It was the Enterprise set.
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
Is this before the treaty?
No, this is after the treaty. This is in direct violation of the treaty.
It's the same treaty that established the neutral zone, right?
The Treaty of Algeron, yeah, the cloaking device one.
Oh boy.
He's feeling pretty chill, actually. I put on a dress for you. Gun?
I'm surprised she's all that hurt. This seems like it should be a game recognized game situation from Romulan.
But you didn't think someone
This should have been a
would do
spy
it to her.
movie. It's like, I thought you loved me. It's like, originally,
You don't even know me.
I was just seducing you. Then I fell in love with you.
Why does Scotty even have 15 minutes? Surely they should just be firing on the Enterprise right now.
Oh wait, this is Kirk with the eyebrows.
Yeah.
Hey, Twainism.
That means the same thing.
He looks so ridiculous as a Romulan.
It is weird.
He looks like a comic book villain.
Will you look better with the upholstery?
The chainmail, I think.
That's not chains. That's just carpeting.
Maybe they used to wear chainmail, so now it's like a ceremonial thing that it just kind of looks
Oh,
like
that makes
it.
sense.
Wait, did she say what the
I actually
method of
kinda like
execution
the-
is?
No, she did not.
Because what I would expect is for it to be an airlock toss and then they beam him away.
That would be justifiable.
Oh, Commander, just destroy the Enterprise. Somebody has
Oh.
your secret technology. You don't know where they are. There's only one enemy ship here. Just blow it up.
The Federation stole a cloaking device?
That's literally what this episode is about.
Oh, okay.
It just
okay.
happened.
I kind of, I lost that.
Yes,
plot.
that is the cloaking device there. Kirk stole
Oh,
it by
and they
pretending to be a
nabbed it.
Romulan. Now they're installing it on the
Okay.
Enterprise so they can escape.
Ah. No one had the guts to do this till Picard season 3.
Ah. So your mistake was not getting his clothes off.
No, don't let him continue. Just shoot him. Why are these Romulans so afraid of murder?
I was wondering that. Okay, thank you.
Don't prepare.
Why
just leave
wait?
Him. Just leave.
He's waiting to have the device installed.
I guess they can't
Now
beam
just
after
leave.
they're cloaked. Okay, that's
we-
funny.
Did we get a new friend?
They beam him while he's busy blathering about history.
7 years ago, the Vulcans brought upon this galaxy.
Spock, you can't have a Romulan girlfriend. You can't bring her home with you.
That's pretty fast for the Enterprise.
Wait, how they were just beaming over the one Vulcan signal?
No, because remember, she went over to him, so she like hugged him, so she was transported with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
does it usually work that way?
Sometimes, when it's convenient to the plot,
Okay.
yeah. Other times, no. Yeah, what do they care? Just blow up the Enterprise anyway. Yes, good. It doesn't matter that the commander's on board. Just blow it up. Something tells me your
Which is
circuits will
just a
be able to
combination
handle
of
it.
two previous fittings.
Okay, but no, fire.
You
It
know
doesn't
where
matter
they
that you
were.
can't see it. Just fire. It's still there.
Shields are down.
Okay.
But Romulans already
Aren't they-
had cloaking devices.
Aren't they likely
right?
to just swerve as soon as they're cloaked?
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
can
so
at
you have
least
to do
try.
something.
Basic strategy. If you don't even know where you are, don't be there.
You don't, but you don't even need, because their shields are down. You don't even need to know exactly where they are. You just set a photon torpedo to detonate in their general vicinity, like a depth charge, and you'll see debris. You'll see explosions.
makes
So
sense.
you just shoot kind of where they were.
What if they activated the
height, like
Crimson
maximum
Force
yield.
Field to locate the Enterprise? Does she have like a cyanide pill? No,
Just to make it
definitely put her in
awkward.
definitely put her in the brig.
Yeah, she is enemy.
Yeah.
She should say something. You look awfully handsome, Captain. I like what you've done with your hair.
Your eyebrows.
Your eyebrows. Well, she did it herself.
That's true.
What do you want, Mr. Spock? Yep.
Uh,
This episode's very predictable in the dialogue.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's the point of stealing it anyway? It's not like they can't. I mean,
It's so that they can detect the Romulans
oh, that makes sense. Okay,
more quickly.
right. So they can reverse. Yeah. So they can
Yes.
study it. That makes sense.
Okay, we did it. We saved the Federation, probably.
And then we signed the stupid Treaty of Algernon, but it's kept peace for 60 years.
Yeah, that's a bit of a funny comment coming from a human.
They don't look aesthetically pleasing on Canadians?
Is it?
That's
Nimoy
right.
was Canadian too,
Canadians
right?
aren't humans.
Wasn't Nimoy Canadian?
I don't know. He's Leonard.
Shatner's Canadian. Nimoy, I think, is
Lenny.
from
I mean, I think it's something else.
See, nope,
don't
Leonard Nimoy is American. He's from Massachusetts.
Ah,
Well, Shatner's definitely Canadian.
yes, that's what I was thinking of.
Okay. So that was Star Trek. That was pretty good episodes, actually. Good episodes.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that the Romulans let Spock monologue for 20 minutes instead of just blowing up the Enterprise. That was maybe a little stupid on their part. Alright, so next week is the Paradise Syndrome, which I don't know what it is. Oh, wait, no, I know what it is. The Paradise Syndrome is the one where Kirk gets a Native American wife.
Oh boy.
Again.
And I'm really concerned about how they're going to be depicted.
Yeah,
So
nothing is good about that sentence.
We started season 3, by the way. So
Yeah,
congratulations,
we're now in
guys.
season 3.
We made it through 5 shows together.
We made it through the seasons that actually had budgets, and now we're on season 3. Yeah.
Yeah, we're out of budget in this season for sure.
Speaking of not having any budgets, episode 2 is going to be And the Children Shall Lead, which, is that the Bonk one?
No.
There's a
we
couple
already saw
episodes
that.
about children.
This is about children oblivious to the...
We saw the Bonk one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The yeah. But oblivious to the bodies of dead parents strewn about them.
Oh boy.
Similar to the Bonk one.
Mark, please give me a 1-sentence summary of the episode And the Children Shall Lead.
And then after that, Is There No Truth in Beauty?
No idea what that is, other than Dr.
Which has
Pulaski's
a
in it.
It's
Medusan
a very
ambassador.
Star Trek original series title. Tells you nothing about the episode, but
Mark, why
Uh,
aren't you
it's-
answering?
And the children shall lead. Malevolent forces manipulate the innocence of children, leading the Enterprise crew into a confrontation with dark entities and a struggle for the ship's salvation.
And be real, that doesn't narrow it down at all.
right. Struggle for the ship's salvation. Wow, the ship is at stake.
Oh, wait, I remember now. It's the one where the children have a ghost god friend, and they have to do like this ritual chant to summon it. And
Oh boy.
it's like a Q-type entity, or like Trelane's parents, but it's really dramatic. Yeah, okay. And then yeah, Is There in Truth No Beauty, which is Dr. Pulaski and apparently a Medusan. Should be good.
Thank you, Ryan.
Maybe.
Thank you, chat.
It might also be horrific next week.
I mean, that is original series.
We'll see. Maybe it'll be good. I'm going to choose
Also
to
some-
believe it's excellent And it's not going to be wildly racist toward Native Americans. It's going to be close.
Ooh. The first one, maybe. The second one, that's a long shot.
I don't remember what the content of the episode is other than there are Native Americans supposedly in it. So maybe it's excellent. I don't remember. We're done here. This week's over. Go away.
Thanks for all the fish.
Oh yeah, and it's New Year's. The year shall perish. Yes, thank you.
Happy New Year.
The week shall perish and the year.